Okay, we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Actually, when we do re-recording of all of this, we're probably going to delete the first one because the first one really was out of focus.
Out of focus, absolutely.
Thank you so much for jumping
Yeah.
back on if
Yeah.
you do, and hopefully it's not too much trouble for you.
Yes.
I'm going to have to do this. Is that
That's okay.
awful?
No, it's not awful at all.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure out the mouse too.
Yes.
Do you know that Lisa fixed it?
I don't
She
know
did.
how I fixed it, but anyways, it's been fixed, and I look not so blurry anymore. So,
And do you know
Yeah.
how you fixed it?
well, I fixed it by putting my hand up and then slowly bringing it back again.
I think that's what did
Yeah.
it. And now no one's coming on board.
Oh, there we go. Much better. Thanks, Loretta.
Hope you all are feeling much better and not so fuzzy yourselves.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, I quite often feel fuzzy in the morning, so you know.
I know. I was feeling that way this morning, so that's probably what jinxed it.
Jinxed it.
Yeah, I woke up this morning thinking, I am not all here.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, it's serious now. Richard even said, "What's the matter with you?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't feel all here."
Oh.
You know, it's like I had a very exciting week, and then now it's Friday, and
It's time to get
let
into exactly. That's what the thing is I don't want to work anymore
exactly.
this week.
Exactly. And I also had a little treatment. They put some filler in my chin because I had, what's that called? Bell's palsy
Right.
years ago. And
Yes.
so I'm always a little sideways, just
Yeah.
the way I am, you know, lopsided. Now my face is a little lopsided. But this side was always like crunched and it had a little dimple and I just didn't like it. And so I went to my, believe it or not, my ophthalmologist yesterday.
Oh.
And he also does a little reconstructive stuff around the face.
Oh.
And I said, how come you're doing that? He said, because I was trained in California. I can't remember the name of the city. Below Los Angeles. What's that?
San Diego?
No.
No.
Anyway,
And
he was trained there, and he says that's a way of life in Southern California.
True.
amongst all of the
very true.
rich
Very
people.
true.
So
Yes.
he said,
You
kept me-
combine practices.
yeah, and so he said it's also not just for people who, you know, want to be good for the film industry or whatever. It's also for people who, like you, he said, who
Yeah.
have had some accident to your face and
Absolutely.
you want to even it out. Anyway, he evened out my chin, which you guys probably don't notice because you didn't.
I didn't notice.
But
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a little, you know, maybe a little filler in here kind of fogs the brain up here.
Could be, yes. I mean, what are they using for filler?
I don't know. Something hopefully very safe.
That's all.
Oh, let's hope so. Oh, good. Now I'm going to just say hello to everyone.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it looks like Sue Donnelly's listening in your car. Yay.
Hey, Sue.
I'm so glad you got to hear. Are you going to physio, Sue? Probably, right? Wanda is here. Susanna Litane. It's
Yeah.
perfect now. Thank you. Jennifer. Oh, it's chilly in northern Florida. Well,
Yeah,
I
but
guess
how
that way.
chilly is chilly?
Well, you know how they used to have the orange groves and they would
True.
freeze?
Yeah.
So I have a feeling it can freeze
It
in
can
northern
freeze.
California.
Are the iguanas flying out of the trees?
I don't know where you get that, but where
It's
do you
true.
get that? I know it's true, but where do you get that information that iguanas fly out of the
It
trees?
was on the news the other day that they were falling out of the trees because they're of
they
course
kind of get too cold?
they get too cold and they can't move anymore, so they basically just fall out of the trees.
I guess it is
Yeah.
kind of one of those facts that you have to remember.
I
because
can't imagine an iguana falling out of the tree
on
on
you-
me. It's like I would scream.
Jennifer, we need to go.
Yeah.
Tammy's here as well. She said, howdy again, Marge Wees. Thank you. Good morning to you all. Nice and clear here. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Lisa fixed it. Instead of me doing, I'm not going to do it now, but
No.
instead of me going like too close and then really fast backwards,
Yeah.
Lisa put her hand on and then went gradually so the camera had time to adjust.
Yes.
And you know, that's me. That's actually us.
Yeah.
You do things carefully and slowly, and I do things more quickly and impatiently.
I just kind of like to plod along,
No,
you
it's
know?
nothing to do with plot. You just do things carefully and, you know, considerately.
I do things very cautiously. How about that?
That's
Yes.
another good
Yeah.
thing. That's right. Anyway, Loretta's here. It's in the 20s here this weekend. Oh my goodness. Jennifer Chung is upside down.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I hope you're okay, Jennifer. Teresa Petenbowl is here. Hello.
Hello.
Must be kind of cold where you are, Teresa. Elizabeth, very cold here in Long Island. Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Kathy's clears a bell. Thank you. Thanks to Lisa. And everyone's saying hello to Sue, which is good. Thanks, Patricia, Karen Lark, Jennifer Gowan.
Thanks, Jennifer.
You always say such nice complimentary things. As soon as I see one of your compliments, I just feel a little better. Thank you. I just love this top of Lisa's. I don't know
I
if you
love
noticed
this
or
top
not.
too. It's very nice. It's not necessarily the warmest, but it's,
You okay?
I'm okay.
Shall we turn up the heat?
No. I can put my sweater on, but then you don't see the top. So,
That's
you know.
true. Yeah, that's true. Thanks all. And Jennifer Gowan says 30. Wonderful. I'm glad you all came back. If you jumped on board first off, we were completely fuzzy.
That's right. Exactly.
And we needed to fix the focus.
And Jennifer, 39 Fahrenheit in Florida.
And apparently no iguanas falling out of the trees there. Thank goodness.
Oh, it's South Florida. Okay.
23 in Virginia. Oh,
Ooh.
Janet says, good morning from Northern Ontario. Yes. 13 degrees, feeling like 19 Celsius.
Minus 13.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And
minus 13. That's cold.
In Celsius, it sure is. Because minus 13 in Fahrenheit would have been 13 below 32. Oh, I don't know.
I think 32 Celsius. No, sorry. 32 Fahrenheit is 0 Celsius.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll be
Yeah.
colder.
Yes, it will be.
Drippy and cloudy in Oregon. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got a little bit of cloud out
Got a
here
little bit of
this
cloud,
morning.
but not drippy.
No, thank goodness.
Yeah, we had a very misty day yesterday. Misty,
Yes.
rainy day.
It certainly
Yeah.
was. Just, it's winter in the Northern Hemisphere. What can I say?
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't like that. I wish we had, our friends in Australia as well. Well, that's pretty hot.
No, yeah, we don't want it that hot.
No, in many places in Australia and New Zealand, it can be pretty hot this time
That's
of
right,
year.
absolutely.
Yes, Jennifer Gowan, we are a good team.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for almost 24.
24 years,
Oh.
yeah,
That's another
Yeah.
thing to shiver about.
Yeah. long time.
Thanks for all the weather reports. Kathy,
Yeah.
hello Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
We haven't seen you in such a long
I
time.
know, it's been forever.
At least 24 hours. That's so cute. Thank you, Diane. Good morning from Killeen, Texas. Martwies is in Central Florida. And yes, they are falling out of the tree. Oh, not there.
Yeah.
We have to hear from someone who had an iguana falling on her.
I can't imagine. Because they get pretty big, those iguanas.
They can hurt you.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're gigantic. Donovan Boxell, how nice. It's nice to see you. And Tammy Thompson slowly getting to stitch the Easter egg hunt sampler.
I'm thinking about starting that one pretty soon myself, actually. I've got a couple of racks that need to have material put on them. So I'm thinking Tea Rose's pincushion on one and Easter egg hunt on the other.
That sounds really nice combination.
Yeah.
Tea Roses, did you say?
Yes, the pincushion. Wasn't it Tea Roses?
No, I can't remember that. We have so many names. They all sound a little bit
Right.
similar. Oh, it's the round one.
That's
Yes.
right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's right.
Yeah.
As always. I'm slowly getting to stitch it. That sounds really nice. It's going to be balmy today, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, but the sun is shining. Nice. Thanks, Sandy. It's good to hear from you. Doris Dieners is here. Minus 10. Wrong sun. I know, I saw
Yeah.
that, but I didn't want to say anything. That's so cute. Brenda Licklier, good morning from a beautiful, warm 50 degrees and climbing.
Ooh,
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in Colorado, that would be warm for this time of year.
I would imagine that in another couple of hours it'll be snowing again.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I was in Colorado Springs teaching one time and I couldn't believe it. I arrived in bright sunshine and it was like 20 degrees centigrade, so whatever that is, 70 degrees.
Yeah.
And Celsius, I should say.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, when I thought I'd go for a nice walk, it started to snow. Colorado. Very strange weather. Pam Johnson is here, 43, 35. Isn't it interesting? Everyone's got their own temperature.
35 Celsius in New Zealand. That is warm.
Oh, Mary Woodruff, it's not 40 degrees, but 40 people.
40 people, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Ah, that's really nice. Yay, you did it, says Carol. Yeah, I think what she means is we are now focused.
We're now focused, absolutely.
Thanks for coming back, Carol. And Patricia Lewis is from Ontario. Teresa Petenpaul is, yes, it's warm for Minnesota this time of year. Absolutely. I bet it does feel warm, even at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa. Anyway, now we're at 49 suddenly. Wow. People, that would be a very rare steak.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. We were talking about stakeholders the other day, and for some reason, Richard takes things very literally. So he says, well, I don't want to hold a steak. I'm a vegetarian, and I just hate steak. That's it. I finally finished my niece's needlework project. Well, all of you here have weather.
Yeah.
We have established that.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for all the reports. Looks over predominantly cold in the northern hemisphere and warm
in the south.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if people in the southern hemisphere say up under or down under to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you say about us?
We say down under, so what do you call the northern hemisphere?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Anybody who lives there. And someone's in Gwen's in northern Manitoba today. Ooh, another shivery one.
Yeah.
So have you got a stitch for us this week?
I do, exactly. It is the stem stitch, which is a fairly easy stitch to do, but you haven't used it in that many designs.
No, you know why? People who are doing my designs predominantly like counted work.
True, and stem stitch is not usually done in a counted work.
No, although we have tried to count it, and you can kind of count it if you look at the chart.
Absolutely.
Ish.
Yeah.
But I know it involves totally different parts of your brain.
Yeah.
And if you're really set in a counted way, you kind of want to have guidance to every hole in the linen and how long the stitch is and everything. And moving to a kind of free form embroidery, I know it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to use it too often, unless I really, kind of have to.
Yes.
And I did.
Yes.
So let's see.
Well, you first used it in Beyond Cross Stitch, level 2, number 4.
This is it right here. This is the cute mistletoe.
It's called the mistletoe.
And where is
and
it?
It's used as the stem.
The stem of the mistletoe.
Yeah.
Which you can hardly see.
Exactly. It's kind of a dark green.
Yeah. I can see it. I better go slowly.
Slowly back so we're focused again.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Do it slow, Thea. Slow.
And that is actually Beyond Cross Stitch level 2, number 4.
Yeah. 2, number 4.
That is a really cute design. And it also involves a lot of silk ribbon.
It does.
And it's a bit more like free form, right?
Yes.
So what did you find out about stem stitch?
Well, it's used mostly for stems, of course, for flowers, outlining, produces a nice solid line, and working successful stem stitches depends on making sure your stitches are all the same length.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks a lot better when you do that.
Yeah.
You can't always with counted work.
Can't always, no.
But it would be nice. Like, it's easier to do when you're doing a stem stitch on plain fabric, which is much more tightly woven and much thinner fabric threads.
Yeah.
Because even when we're working on even weave fabric, the fabric threads and the weave are actually a little bigger than the usual ground fabric for crewel work. So the ground fabric for crewel work is really tightly woven.
Yes.
You can't see the holes in between. So the point is that when we do stem stitch on our counted work, even weave fabrics, you are going to have one slightly longer than the other just because the holes are not always in the exact right position for you to make a straight stitch.
Especially if you're going in a curve.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. A straight line would be so much easier.
Absolutely. But, stems are never straight. So
No, usually that's why I want them, is I want that nice, well, you all know. The stem stitch is also in Harbor Village. Well, for heaven's sake, I didn't know that, is it? Harbor Village?
Nope, it was not popping out as it was used in that one. So I will check it out and put it on my stitch reference.
Yes, we have this wonderful stitch reference list that so many people contributed to and so appreciated, Kathy Bird being one of them. And also Tricia did both of you did quite a bit. but not everything got included, and it's
Yeah.
just here and there we discover one or two. So thank you for mentioning
Yeah.
that, Patricia. Right out. It sounds like you have done Harbor Village.
Exactly. So I'll check that out and see if the where the stem stitch was used on that one.
Thanks for that. That's a really good reminder.
But you've only used it in probably what I could find about five designs.
I'm going to put Harbor Village on your list.
Yes, so I can have a look at it later on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have it on. You have it on Myrrh
Yes,
and Heirloom Anniversary.
Heirloom Christmas, O Sampler, and Tea Party.
Okay, so do we have all the models?
Yes, we do.
Shall we
Exactly.
show them
You
now?
want to show them now?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got Myrrh right there.
Okay, so I'm going to show Myrrh. And Myrrh is actually kind of more like a needlepoint kind of thing.
I would say it's crewel, which is great because stem stitch is also known as a crewel stitch.
Right, the middle part is like crewel-ish.
Or
Cool.
stock stitch.
Stock?
Yeah.
That's what it's called?
It can be known as a stock stitch, yes.
Which you say S-T-A-L-K?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was S-T-O-C-K.
No, stock.
Stock. Anyway, this one is Myrrh, but the frankincense and gold are partners with this, and the reason I say it's more like a needlepoint thing is because of all the filling stitches,
Mhm.
which are kind of like filling stitches for canvas work. So it's kind of a combination pattern, and I think this would look really cool on canvas, but then you're going to have to figure out how to do the middle part,
Absolutely.
which is more like crewel.
Yes.
So
Yes.
good luck with that.
Yeah. So it's done on that one, and also done on Heirloom Christmas.
Oh, I think it's right here.
Yeah.
Will you tell me what? Oh, I know where it is. We already figured this
Yes,
out. Can't get close though.
I know.
Sorry, it's too
exactly.
long.
It is very long.
You know where it's used, everyone? It's used on the tree.
Yeah.
And there are gold garlands that are done in stem stitch. So I'm going to do it this way so you can kind of see, but as you can tell, the desk is in the way.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I know, I can turn it upside down.
Ah,
There we go. You can see all the stem stitches
Yeah.
throughout the tree. It's done in gold kranich braid. And I have made them that way so that they would be thicker than the usual back stitching.
yes.
Yeah. So sorry about the
Yeah.
upside down.
Confusing. Yeah, that's an interesting design. Upside tree.
And then we have another one.
Heirloom Anniversary.
See, I got it all ready here.
Yes.
I'm going to have to turn this one upside down too. But meanwhile, you can see that
Exactly.
the Heirloom Anniversary.
Yeah.
And by the way, this one's on sale. This weekend.
It's a beautiful piece, actually, that one.
It is
Yeah.
really nice. Thank you, Kathy Bird. Thank you, Loretta and Sylvie. Oh my goodness, there are so many of you here. I want to show you the heart, and I'm going to show it to you upside down
So you can see it.
because I can't get close to the camera
Yeah.
any other way.
And that's where the stem stitch is, the shape of the heart.
Yeah, so you can see the heart needs to be done in stem
Yeah.
stitch first, and then, and no, it's not an upside down sampler,
Yeah.
okay? You have to do it, turn it around. Anyway, so this is the anniversary sampler, and it is on sale because this is our weekend for romance.
It is.
Mhm.
Isn't it romantic?
That's right. And it's going to be very romantic in about 14 more days.
Yeah.
No, about 16 more
Well,
days.
16 more days.
Mhm.
Yeah. And here is O is for operator. It's also done on that. And it is this little,
Just a little bit of a wave,
little bit of a wave.
water wave.
But I really like doing the alphabet.
You know why you like this one though? Because her mom was an operator for the telephone company.
She was many, many years ago.
How many
Yeah.
people have that in their family? An
Yeah.
operator, you know, the kind that plugs in the
That,
plugs.
that's right, exactly. Back in the early 60s.
And there she is.
Yeah.
See, that's your mom right there. She's got some birds around her, but she's plugging in.
She's plugging in, that's right. Back in the days where you didn't dial the number yourself.
Wasn't that interesting in those days? I don't know if many of you can remember that far back.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember that far back, but I see things on, TV to remind me. Rachel Benton says it's her 20th anniversary this year. Looks to me like, the heirloom anniversary sampler
would
would
be
be a
perfect.
really good one.
Absolutely.
And Donna says it's her 47th. Congratulations to both of you. Any anniversary is worth celebrating. I'm amazed that people can be married for that long to the same person.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not married anymore.
Yeah.
I was married for like 23 years and,
Mhm.
you know, celebrated the 23rd year. Not exactly the happiest day of my life. So when I think about that, I think congratulations if you can get through all 24 and 47 years. And
Absolutely.
you've had many years too with Bob.
It'll be 30 years for me this year.
That's pretty
And
exciting.
for my mom and dad, it'll be 61.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, really, congratulations. It's not always easy.
No.
Sandy Denclau says, I almost gave up that Christmas design. The tree was so challenging.
It was, but it was also fun.
Yeah, the thing about the tree, and I think that's a really important thing, and many people have said exactly the same
Yes.
thing, is that you have to use all your wits
Yes.
to make the tree easy for yourself.
Yeah.
And I also had to stitch it, don't forget.
Yeah.
And what I ended up doing was making a kind of a, what can you call it? Kind of a pyramid-shaped
yeah.
line on my graph. And of course I did it on the computer, but you can do it on a copy of the
Mhm.
design and make it like that. And then stitch all the outside branches first.
Yeah.
And then attempt to stitch all of the ones in the middle. Because the ones in the middle are not as crucial to the shape of the tree.
That's right, exactly, because you will be covering most of those stitches with other stitches or beads.
Yeah, so I found that if you do the outsides
Mhm.
correctly so that it's shaped nicely
Yeah.
around all the way around the outside, all those branches are counted, then you can kind of not do it so well in the middle.
Yeah.
You do want
It
count
doesn't have to be as precise in
Correct.
the middle.
And then, of course, there's gridding. I don't know if you've used that before. But
Yes, that also helps too, is to grid every 20 fabric threads.
Yeah, it's the same, like on your chart, there's a heavy
Mhm.
line every 10 squares.
Yes.
So make those same basting lines on your fabric, exactly the same as you see them
Yes.
situated on your chart. Just transfer those basting lines with some fairly thin thread, like a
Mhm.
sewing thread, and then transfer them all and have a grid, and then you stitch with the grid. And basically, you have little squares to
Absolutely.
orient yourself, and that really helps.
Yes, it does.
So thank you for continuing and finishing
Yeah.
it, though. Sandy. It's not easy, I know. It's my 20th, 47th, and Mary says, I felt the same way about the tree. Anyone who's not done that tree, the heirloom Christmas tree yet, use those 2 hints.
Absolutely. Yes.
And good morning. Great to see both of you. Thank you, Tanya.
Yeah.
Aw. Happy anniversary to everyone. I used to operate a PDX switchboard. Oh, Sue,
Yeah.
you never told me that. That is a little known fact from Sue Donnelly. She actually was an operator. That's pretty,
Yeah.
that's quite something. I didn't expect to have one of our stitchers here be an
And
operator.
Jennifer too,
Oh my goodness, Jennifer.
for about
Mangiello.
10 seconds.
I started on cordboard and then went outside as a fiber optic tech. That sounds way more your style, the tech. Jennifer Gowan says, my sister was a telephone operator in the 60s. Well,
Yeah.
all of you need to do the operator. O is for operator
That's right.
alphabet, okay?
Yeah.
Do this one, and then you will have this forever in your walls. And your sister will love this one, Jennifer Gowan. And happy anniversary to everyone. Oh, looks like, let's see, Tanya Kelly last month was 40 years. Wow, congratulations. Good day, Serena Dubé. I always call her Dubé.
Yeah.
I hope that's correct. And Mary was a telephone operator. Wow, there's a lot of you out there.
Well, that was a common job in the 60s
Was it?
for women.
I
You know?
just remember using the operator for,
Yeah,
for
to
party.
call.
Yeah,
To
but I
make
didn't
your
know
call.
it was a common
Yeah.
job. I remember my grandparents lived on Salt Spring Island, and they had a party line.
Oh, yes, party lines.
And
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
Part of being
Yeah.
an operator is and then
Yeah.
2 people can be on the line at the same time,
Yeah.
and they would listen in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember, someone picking up the line and you would go, the line's busy.
Get off. Oh, sorry. boy, Facebook is not cooperating. Maybe it's your connection, Deb. Sometimes it's Facebook. Sometimes it's literally just the computer connection. Loretta says, I'm married 30 years again this year.
Yeah.
Wow. Also, Lisa, in April.
Yeah. Mine is in August.
And mine was in April.
Yeah.
And that was a while ago. So
Yeah.
it doesn't count anymore. Jennifer is 44. Oh, Mary's 45. Everyone, you guys are really good at hanging in there. I think that's really good. The stem stitch is not listed in the Victoria Sampler leaflet info that is online. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Kathy Bird, but can you just send me an email so that we know what you mean? Because, I see. You mean that Excel spreadsheet
for the Harbor Village.
So no one added that is basically what you're saying. So
I'll have a look at it and see.
Yeah. And Gloria Misfeld said, getting married this year, got engaged over Christmas.
Oh, congratulations, Gloria.
Oh, I am so happy. You guys really got along. I remember when Gloria started going out with her new boyfriend, and she was so happy. And he's still there with you.
Yeah.
Now you're getting married. What a romantic thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're going to have to give him a Valentine present.
Yeah. Isn't it romantic?
Exactly. It is. It's very romantic. I remember, Gloria, that he went out and he planted sunflowers for you. If I got that wrong, is that a memory that you and I share because of the sunflower theme in Minneapolis?
Yeah,
I think that
sounds familiar.
It was so romantic what he did. Anyway, congratulations, Gloria.
Hi, Ginger.
Norma Farrow is here. Congratulations. And Ginger is here. Glad you say grid with thread. I can't believe the number of people who use pens and then cry when they try to remove.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh, that sounds terrible. Of course it might not come out. I mean, even the fabric pens that they say will come out.
Oh, yeah. No, never use a fabric pen where you're stitching.
No, I find for basting lines that you have to stitch beside, I find one strand of sewing thread.
And I usually use just a cotton sewing thread.
You can, but silk and rayon, those are harder and they're slippier. So your needle doesn't even touch those things. It just goes right beside it, and you can pull them out really easily when they're made of silk. I found that silk sewing thread is really cool, or something man-made that's slippery.
Yeah.
But thin anyway, and not floss.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe people would do that. I'm also saying, Patricia Lewis, thank you. Don't do that, everyone. Kathy Marone says 46 years. Congratulations. I ran one at a local department store. Carol, you were an operator manager?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those old switch lines in department stores.
And Patricia Lewis says, oh my, switchboard with either switches or plugs. Yeah, I did that. Cool. Let's see. Lynn says it's 42 for us this year. You guys are all amazing, really. Brenda says we're easy to get along with. That's why. Congratulations. Yes, he planted sunflowers. I had the right memory. I actually have a memory. That's pretty good right there.
We do have one more that has the stem stitch on.
Oh, yes. This is one.
Yes.
We have to find the stem stitches first.
It's,
they're all everywhere.
That curly Q there.
All the curly Qs right there. You can see them right there. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
The corner?
Yeah.
So you can see all the curly Qs. They're all stem stitch. I don't believe that the main stem is. I think that's a chain stitch.
A whip chain stitch.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So this is actually much more in line with crewel work.
Absolutely, yes.
But you can count it. You know, the chart does give you the right thing. And
I counted it.
She made the chart.
I charted and counted it.
Show them yours. Okay. Remember last time we had this up and I showed you this and I said, well, you have a frame
one?
one?
I do. I do have the frame one.
Let's show the whole frame. Now, doesn't that make a nice looking sampler? I just love the way this turned out with the frame as well. And of course, you've seen it up close now, but the effect of having a frame piece instead of the what do you call it? Instead of the tea cozy.
Tea cozy.
It's like it makes it just 100 times looking 100 times better.
Yes.
Frames really make a big difference.
It does. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's all we got for the stem stitch.
In other words, that's it.
That's it, exactly.
I want to find out a few things. Do you have a thread kit for a cup of tea? What is a cup of tea? I can't quite remember. Do you mean the tea cozy that we just showed you? Because I think that's
Or
called
the pincushion one.
a cup of tea. Honestly, Tanya, I can't remember it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like if that's the exact title, then we don't know which one, because we do have cups and saucers. It's a pincushion.
Yeah.
And the one that we just showed you is called
Tea party.
Tea Party. So maybe that's the one. Beautiful, Lisa, says Ginger. I love the tea cozy.
Thank you.
What company makes overdyed floss that changes colors within short intervals?
Ooh.
The one we use is Gloriana.
Gloriana, I think theirs is pretty short, like every couple of inches or so.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Karen Water Lilies has a larger.
Slightly larger.
Yeah, slightly larger.
Yeah, or longer. But it's not not too bad. But the one that's really used to be really long was I think Dinky Dyes and the cotton one. What's that one called? There's done by Threadworks now.
Yeah, thread needle necessities.
They were very long.
They're very long. Yeah.
I think because they were used more on canvas work, so they used up the colors more quickly. So, you know, you're stitching a stitch that's much bigger than you're just using up
You
the
need
thread.
longer intervals between colors.
Tanya says tea cozy, tea party pattern.
That I'm not too sure if we have accessory packs for it or not.
I think it's discontinued.
I think it's discontinued, yeah.
I'm sorry. There are some that are discontinued, and the reason sometimes is because we can't get certain things. And I think for that one, we needed a very wide silk ribbon, and I'm not sure that we can continue getting the really wide silk ribbon.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes it's just more like we would come out with it, then that's when you buy your accessory pack. And we try to keep up with the accessory packs until we really see that it is just not good enough to try to keep it.
Yeah.
For one reason or another. There's a whole bunch of reasons why we discontinue packs. And sometimes they're just packs that are not selling anymore because they're, or at least very few per year. So we try very hard to maintain the ones that are the most popular.
That's right, because inventory, you have to order larger amounts. So if it's not going to use that inventory within a reasonable amount of time, then we don't want to keep that inventory in stock.
No. So not that one, I'm afraid. That one I believe is discontinued. And you know how you can tell things are discontinued on our website right now? It used to be on our old website, you couldn't really, but here if you see it and it says out of stock, it's coming back in stock.
Absolutely.
If on the other hand, you can't find it anywhere, in other words, all you see is the leaflet when you search for it, and it isn't on the same page as the leaflet, you can't see it, it's discontinued.
Yes.
So that's a good way to tell. Because we do get that question quite often.
We do, yes.
I think maybe it should be on our...
A fact list?
Yes, I'm going to put it on the
add it to the facts.
Fact. How can you tell discontinued? I'm just going to put the word discontinued. That should do it. We always have something that we have to communicate. And the fact was that, have you guys seen the frequently asked questions on the top menu item at the top? Because it's kind of useful. We put, you know, information that people keep asking us about.
Yeah.
We put that in there as often as we can. I had another, I know what it is. I wanted to, first of all, commend you all on your wonderful stitch along progress. I mean, so many did the first one. I would like to see if so many finish the 12th one because it is a year's worth of stitching.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
This week, I had quite the time with the stitch along. I had decided that I was going to make hardanger squares throughout. I'll tell you that now because I've decided not to do that.
That idea's been nixed.
That's right. And it took me a long time to kind of decide, no, that doesn't. First of all, I thought it would be fun for people who were just coming on board to learn a little bit about hardanger, and that would have been good. I don't think that would have been bad if I had only done one, but I had planned to do all hardanger. Yeah, or rather every other one.
Every other month, 6.
And so that would have been 6 hardanger things, and and I thought all these people are coming on board now on to our group because what they're really looking for is the stitch along.
Yes,
I recognize that, and that's understandable, and it's good that they're there. However, they're not necessarily well versed in cluster blocks and
Yes.
hardanger yet.
Yes.
I mean, let's hope that many of them do start learning, which will be a really fun thing. But I decided that I should look at that and see if maybe I should do that. So I had asked Lisa and Kathleen and Elaine, and I asked our moderators, and I gave them all the particulars, and they all said, yeah, we should do it. And no, you shouldn't do it. I didn't know which one to do. Actually, most people that are involved with Victoria Sampler are familiar with hardanger.
That's right, exactly. And, you know, with the hardanger, it looked fabulous. But
then I made a mock-up with the hardanger, and it actually didn't look as good.
I thought it looked really good, personally, myself. But, you know.
No,
Yeah.
to me it was like too much higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah.
You know, oh, there's a scene. Oh, there's some hardanger.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same as what I pictured anyway. And so I had to start all over again, and I started over again, and they're going to be little scenes, all of the little scenes. So there will be specialty stitches, but
Yes.
not many,
Yes, and no hardanger.
and no cut work.
Yeah.
But it made me think that next year, if I do this again, which hopefully I still can,
Mm-hmm.
that there's going to be a progressive,
Absolutely. More
long-
advanced.
long
Year-long stitch
sampler.
long.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
I'll start off with maybe some hem stitching and some pull thread, and then I'll move into the more
Mhm.
complicated hardanger. It's going to be I can just picture it in my
Yeah.
mind. It's going to be just gorgeous. And
Yeah.
I think that then I'll make bands per month
Yes.
rather than scenes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
those of you who love hardanger will not be cheated
Yeah.
if you hang in for another year, 2022.
Well, Jennifer says she wants the hardanger. Send it to her. So, yeah.
Well, I could, but I want to save it now for
Yeah,
next
that's
year.
right. Exactly. Another idea is brewing. So,
Exactly. Okay, so let's see here. Congratulations, Gloria. And Tanya says, can you come up with a substitute for discontinued threads? Of course, I don't know which threads are discontinued for us.
Yeah.
But we can't come up with it. I'll show her the tea party. If you look at the silk ribbon flowers, look at the silk ribbon flowers up in the corner. See, that's what it depends on. The design itself calls for those. So we don't have a substitute for 7mm silk ribbon. It's just not easy. And also, when we substitute, we often do have to substitute if
Yes.
we need to. But there were other reasons to discontinue backpacks. Remember, I said sometimes they're not as often sold, so that means we can't keep everything in stock
Yeah.
for that design. So it's not just discontinued
Yeah.
threads. Okay. And replying to Gloria, how wonderful. Yes, absolutely. Jennifer says, I want the hardanger. Just send it to me. Next year idea sounds great. Oh, good. I'm glad you all like that. Love the idea for a more intermediate stitch along.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing. I mean, yes, I can send you all sorts of things, Jennifer, but I mean, it does take my time.
Yeah.
So I can't focus only on sending out things for free. Just can't. I would love to, but I cannot.
Yes.
So I did want to say that about the new stitch along pattern, and it is over here right now. It's going to be boring to begin with, but you'll love the ending end result.
You will, actually. Yes.
Yeah, it looks really cute.
Yeah.
And it took me another, 6 hours yesterday to
Something
think
like
it
that.
through.
Yeah, because you had another idea, and so you had to basically start again.
Yeah, and what's interesting, when I start thinking about stuff, I'm not satisfied until it's good.
Yeah.
And that the February, I did 2 versions. The first
You
one
did?
was way complicated,
Yeah.
and the second one is the one I kept.
Yes.
So let's
Yeah.
hope it looks as good.
And actually, you would have done it 3 times because originally you had hardanger there too.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yes, it was a fair bit of work for February, I tell you, but it was worth it.
Well,
Anyway,
now you've got the format for the rest of the year, so
Yeah.
it wasn't wasted time.
no, and I really do feel comfortable now
Mhm,
because the
mhm.
way it's going to look will be something pleasing for those of
Absolutely.
you who are more beginners and those of you who want and desperately need some things to put in those squares. I recommend highly that you go to level 5 and 6 of the Beyond Cross Stitch patterns
Mhm.
and use some of those because they fit in there.
They do, absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can just substitute any of the scenes that are in the square
Yeah,
parts of the frame
using level 5, or even for that matter, level 6.
Exactly. So I do recommend that for you, Jennifer. Going
Yeah.
for those. And anyway, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing is that I wanted to talk about the colors that people are using.
Yes. Yeah.
And I wanted to show them the new cat scissors.
Oh, yes, and we don't have them here. I'll go grab them.
Okay, and I'll talk about thank you, Lisa. I'll talk about the fact that everyone who has been doing the beginning of the stitch along in long or even in short, doesn't matter. You guys have done such an amazing job sort of following my color suggestions as well as totally your own colors. And I was wondering if those of you who are kind of sitting on the fence about it and haven't really thought about what colors you want to choose, have you ever thought about a color wheel? Because this is a really good tool to use. And on the front of your color wheel, you'll find all of the primary colors and the tertiary colors, secondary colors, and you can use this color wheel by turning it to the various different colors, because in here it'll show you the very the softer colors, the grade colors, and on the back you'll get the tints. So it gives you an idea of which ones go together so that you're not quite as lost as you might be if you've never had this kind of theory. And also there are really good videos, YouTube videos about color theory from artistic people who have explained the color wheel. So you might think about that as a way to get started. It's just the color, I brought it out because I thought maybe it's useful for some of you to use a color wheel. If you're not sure, you put in a turquoise, what goes with turquoise? You put in a green, but it's a certain kind of green. You can use your color wheel to find the closest approximate color to that green, and then look what complementary colors go with that. So I just thought I'd let you all.
And where do you get your color wheel?
I got mine at an art supply store.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can get them online in Amazon or, you know, the usual. You can get them just about anywhere. And that's what it's called, color wheel. I think most of you have seen them in school, etc. We didn't have them in my high school, but I know they do now. Anyway, want to show them.
Absolutely.
This is one.
That's the original one.
Yeah, this is the original one.
Green.
I'm going to bring it out because
you
can't see the real full colors.
No.
Look. I call this green. I think this is more like, I don't know, really bright green.
Yes, it is.
And the front, and they look like little cat eyes. And here, let's see if you can see. The color even goes almost to the bottom of the scissor blades. And really, I use these. There's a point guard at the end, and I'll take that off. You can see the point is really quite pointy.
Yeah, it is.
And they actually work for hardanger quite well. They're not the highest
They're not
quality.
the highest quality, but yes, they do have a nice
really
sharp point.
Like really sharp. And I was surprised because I assumed that because they are kind of colorful and cute and funny and also go with our cat sampler, that we would find that these would not work for hardanger, but they do. So that's why we've got them on our site.
Exactly. So we had the green ones to begin with. Now we brought in blue.
Oh, yes. And then also,
also.
let's see if we've got enough hands here.
Okay. And pink.
Anyway, that was really fun to show you. They are on our website right now, and it took me a while yesterday to put them up on our website because they are a variant, it's called. In other words, it's a different color of the same thing. So I couldn't get them to show correctly for the first, literally, for an hour. Technically, I just couldn't get them to show for, you guys to see them. And finally, I realized, they don't have, in their memory banks, they didn't have the words
fuchsia.
Fuchsia or bright green. So I had to go with pink and green. It was boring. Anyway, I thought you'd like those. Yes, all of you get a color wheel. They are so good. I am so glad you mentioned that. Love your color wheel. Yeah, can't wait. This size is about this size. That's or bigger will get you more colors.
Yeah.
So if you use a tiny one, you're not going to get nearly the same
same amount of colors.
Exactly. Okay, so I guess you're all very excited about the stitch along, being February, and I'm going to keep January on until
Next week?
until the 1st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to keep
Monday?
January on until Monday. I think
Yeah.
that's Monday.
Monday's the 1st.
It'll be gone on the 29th. No, on the 31st.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Today's the 29th. Okay, so it'll be gone by the 1st, okay? So
Yes.
don't wait until the evening of the 1st if you're still not
Yes,
finished
absolutely.
downloading it.
It'll be gone the evening of the 31st.
Yes. So there was another dilemma that we had
Yes.
with regard to new people coming to our chat room all throughout
Yes.
this year.
Yes, wanting to join the stitch along.
Yeah, and then they won't be able to get the pattern, right?
Mhm.
And I thought, okay, so what do we do? I'm not sure about that. Talked to Lorraine, and she came up with a wonderful suggestion, which was, it's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Okay, so what's going to happen now is this is our first part of the February design.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see it's all the background snow. Because
Yeah.
in February, most people still have some snow
Absolutely.
on the ground. And it also has, on the back, it has the miniature version of the entire January design.
Yeah.
So even if you don't quite have all of the January directions and the diagrams, and you don't
And the
have
big charts.
and the big charts, you have a little one on the back, and the new people will have that little one on
Yeah.
the back as well. So that way they can catch up, and probably by the end of this year, we'll release the entire pattern at
Yes.
some point, but it will be
Well,
released as
Probably early next year.
it'll be released
Yeah.
as a full product rather, or we might even do 6 at a time or
Yeah,
something like
we
that.
can do that.
Put it in
Yeah.
2 parts.
Mhm.
Then it will be on sale, like we do with all of our stitch-alongs. They eventually find their way to the website.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was our compromise, and I hope you guys liked the beginning. It isn't, exciting today, but it is kind of fun. Look at the little heart-shaped snow on the top. You know why, because it's February. I hope you like that. And I also want to say goodbye by showing you some of the parts, some of the designs that are going to be in the sale this weekend,
Yes.
because we
Yeah.
have Valentine. It's romantic anyway.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's sale. So
Yeah.
this is one that I have by my in my bedroom. You can't really see it because I've got glass on it, but it is so cute and can be done in so many different colors. It's a really nice pattern called Heart to Heart. And this is another one. And I didn't bring them all out because, okay, so here in some way, it says,
Which is right side up. right?
exactly, I love you. And this one definitely says, I love you. See, love you. And I think I at the top, yes, I is in red, love is in, well, pinky, orangey red, and you at the bottom. So this one is also on sale. There's a number of them that are on sale, and it wasn't because we had too many or because we think that maybe you should have this one. It's because they all talk about romance or
Yeah.
family or friends.
Yeah.
There's quite a few on sale, so I hope you enjoy the weekend sale. I'll send it out to you very soon.
Yep.
Oh, yes. I have a lot to say.
Lots? Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the end of our morning.
I guess that's the end of the morning, yeah.
And some people are saying,
Yeah.
how lovely. I wonder which one they're saying that.
I don't know. Could be the scissors.
Isn't it terrible? We have to know what you mean. We want to know, do you mean this one? Or do you mean the big I love you
Or it
sign?
could be the new pattern.
Oh, it could be the pattern.
Could be.
It
Yeah.
could be. Oh,
Yeah.
good. I hope that is it, actually. That'll be really good. I'll make sure that it's uploaded soon, and next week you'll get a really cute surprise
Yeah.
for that one, and only do the parts that you see. When you see a half a stitch, only make a quarter stitch
Yeah.
for that. Don't make it a 3/4
Yes.
stitch. Just make it a little tiny quarter of a white cross stitch. Thank you. I'll be ready for February part 2. Lovely. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
I plan to.
Yeah? What are you
Yes.
going to do this weekend?
I plan to spend some time in my sewing room and start working on the finishing part of Valentine pincushion.
Oh, what an appropriate thing to do.
That's what I thought too.
Finishing.
Yeah.
Can we have photographs taken?
We probably can, yes.
I said immediately.
I think we've done photographs for it
Oh.
in the leaflet, but we can do videos.
Now there's a phone.
Yeah,
You
we
can
can
do a
do
little
some
bit of a
videos.
video.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of
Mhm.
nice if you're going to go
Mhm.
through it anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe not every part
No,
though.
I think just the pincushion part itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful and healthy week as well.
Yes.
Thank you, Carol and Lemon. That's a good suggestion to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Stay healthy for all of you.
That's right.
And we're going to say
Until next week.
bye.
Bye.